Hi and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to do a quick look at what has happened to our garden in the last 2 months. It got really hot in July and we had 0 rain, and my water barrels got really low, and then I got really pregnant. And before we had time to, or realized we needed to cover one of our gardens, it pretty much got sun scorched and killed most of the plants. So we had to tear a bunch of that up, and then I just kind of gave up because it was hot and I was super pregnant. So today I'm going to see where we are and if anything is salvageable, and I think I'm going to rip out one of the gardens and go ahead and like put all the compost that I made back in the summer, like the early summer, to get it ready for winter and hopefully get the soil nice and nutritious for next spring. But let's see what we got.
And we have 3 gardens.
We do. And they're just eating a snack and a bowl of ice cream under the willow tree. So
yeah, because it's really hot.
it is very hot here.
The ice cream was good.
It was very good. So let's see what has become of our herb garden. Most of my tomatoes are kind of in this condition where they're like falling over. And this is like a sweet basil tree bush thing that kind of just did its own thing, but hopefully it'll kind of go back here. My, what is that? Rosemary seems to be doing good as well. I just need to weed this garden because you can see the grass is already growing over it. And then that was my, ooh, what is that? Oh, I wonder if that is, that is a, oh, butterfly weed. I wonder, I guess the wind blew it all the way over here. And this was cilantro. Yeah, right here, see? The butterfly weed.
Butterfly weed?
Yep, it kind of, the seed must have flown all the way over there. Yeah, no, I think that's just a weed. This is my other one. While I was in the hospital, our friend that stayed with the girls put together some bird feeders that I've been meaning to do for a long time, but didn't really do much. But I don't think they brought any birds. We need to might put some seed out. Okay, so over here, there's some more butterfly weed. That was the main plant, I think. That little thing by the pole. And then I had him cut it down just because it was going everywhere. But again, a lot of this grass is growing into the, go sit down, please. A lot of this grass is growing in, so I need to get that out. And then more stuff in here. I guess this little, have the sunflower. I guess he kind of collapsed and I need to weed. I had some cucumbers, but I guess they didn't quite make it in the heat. I kind of just gave up, I think, on this. Maybe next time, lesson learned. Don't plant a garden when you're expecting a baby during the summer. I have my butterfly bush, that little purple thing back there. Oh, wow, my peppers are doing pretty good. I might need to start watering them. I think these are all peppers right here, all these tall plants. A lot of these I started from seed. I suspect they'll do better when it's not so hot. Oh my gosh, my poor little tomato. I guess I could awkwardly stake him and pray for some kind of something. This one right here on the stake. And then this was an herb garden, and I moved it over here to give it some. But, oh look, the chives are flowering. Maybe, I hope this stuff comes back. But yeah, I haven't done anything. And then this is a pecan tree. We cut this down when we first moved in, but I guess there's still some roots or something in there. And then another tomato, but I guess the sun shifted because usually all this area is covered in shade by now. Oh look, can you see the little spider? Those are always fun. This is how I set up our garden before. This is the, I think this is like a 40 or 60% thing to block out the sun. And it was on top, but I figured I'd put it here so that way it can knock out most of this, or block out most of the sun. And then of course my tarp that I had to put over and move every time it rained. Let's see, we have some purslane that you can eat. Oh, how cool. Look, we have tomatoes coming up here. We have green beans. And then these were my peas. And I don't know if I want to keep these because I don't know if I'll get anything significant, but I hate to tear them out. And then, I mean, look at this is crazy. Look at these tomatoes. I mean, look how far they come out. Do I just let them grow? I hate to tear them out. I might see if I can stake them and maybe just tear the rest of this stuff out and see what we get. I don't know. But I don't know if they'll produce. Maybe they'll produce in the fall when it's not as hot. We'll have to see. And then Steven's going to move this. Sure. Steven's going to move the thing and cut all these weeds down. The grass just kind of moved around it and grew up in between the boards and the fence. Oh, these are my poor little mayhaws. Look, I guess they're supposed to look like that because normally they produce their stuff mid-season or in the spring. They're little berries. These are my rain barrels. I checked them the other day and they're about, some are like halfway to a quarter full or a quarter to halfway, and I think I'm just going to dump them in the thing. But I don't think I'm going to get any significant harvests off of anything except maybe the tomatoes. And look, this is my hold on, look, this is my, my compost. You can have it.
Wait, not this. I'm going to give it to my friends.
Okay, you can go down there a little bit. Go play for now, okay? This is our,
now?
I don't know, did you finish your ice cream?
Yeah. Can I see? Maybe it's just now.
I don't know. I'll go look at the time in a minute. I don't know if you could see the piles, but I guess these are my compost piles, and they were about twice as high just a few months ago, so I guess that means they're decomposing pretty well. So I think I'll just put a layer of this in there to help with it, put some cardboard over it, and call it a day. So that's what I think we'll do. Alright, so I think I am going to go ahead and tear out all the tomatoes and everything. It makes me sad, but I don't think I'm going to get, I don't think we're going to get any significant harvests yet. And if we do, we'll just stick to that tomato garden over there because I think I planted some of the same variety of tomatoes. I just need to get that cleaned up and staked. So I'm gonna go and do that, and then I'll show you what I have going on when it's done. So we have been working, and when I say we, well, my husband and I have been working out in the yard. We had a tag team because of the baby, because he had to do some heavy lifting with getting the chicken coop off the garden and weed eating all those, the monster weeds. But he got it done, and I'll show you what I did. The kids were over at the neighbor's house playing, and so we were able to get a lot done. Not quite all that I wanted to, but I did want to get some water, water the garden and put some water on the compost that I put out. But I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow because that little voice that says, you've done enough, you need to go cook dinner, is kicking in. So we'll do that in the morning, but I think my girls will enjoy helping me. And can I just say, it feels so good to be back to myself. It's still hot, but it's not like 105 degrees hot. It's like 87 degrees hot, 90 degrees hot, and I can live with that. And so it just feels good to be able to get back out in the garden and work and be productive and clean and see the work of my hands, or the product of my hands. There's a saying about that. Anyway, it just feels really good. So let me show you what I did. So Steven actually moved the chicken coop over here, and we might leave this for the girls. Just pull the tarp over so they have a little bit of shade, and the tree will help keep some shade too. So they'll have a little house to play in for the time being. Maybe we'll leave that there for the winter because I don't plan on putting anything in the garden. Probably not this garden yet. So they'll have this to play with, and it'll be really fun. But yeah, so this right here, these are just fencing pickets that he's got to put back over here. they look like those right there, or they're actually like the same type, so it kind of makes sense that you would use these boards because they're made to last forever, right? So all this was a ton of monster weeds that had grown up between the fence and the box garden, and so he just cut all that down, and they were everywhere, so I just raked them all into here, and I figured it'd be another good thing. And then I just covered them with the compost that I made over the summer. There's still some leaves and stuff in there, but that's okay. I'm hoping over winter they'll break down. But my plan is, once he gets the box back up, I will just rake it out and fill it, make it even. I'll probably pour 1 or 2 of my water barrels on top of it, because I think there's some mosquitoes in there. So I'm going to pour all that on there probably in the morning. Well, no, I'll have to wait till he puts those boards back, which will hopefully be tomorrow. Then I can pour all the water in there and then rake this out and put some cardboard and maybe some mulch on top of it, just to keep it moist, because that helps it break down and if it gets too hot, it kind of needs heat and moisture, so that moisture should help it for a couple days. All right, and then this over here, all right, so this is our other garden, our fence garden, and I cleared out a bunch of monster weeds. It actually didn't take that long. I think they were just really bushy on top, but really they just only had those cracks to grow in. Poor ants. I don't know if you can see the ants, but I think I disturbed their habitat. Thankfully there were no snakes. So what I did, I just pulled all those out. There were some cucumbers here. I pulled those out and took out the cucumber trellis I had made. Let's see, and these are my peppers. These are probably going to do really well once, I mean, you can see all the little buds on them, but once I start watering them, and especially as the temperatures cool down, probably in the 80s and 70s and 60s, they'll do a lot better. And that's my butterfly bush. I probably need to not plant anything around it, because he doesn't look like well, I guess he's doing okay. I think this is a walnut tree, and I want more trees in our backyard, so I think I'm going to leave this here, and maybe I'll take down this netting. I don't know, it's already starting to, I had a child who thought it'd be a good idea to, you know, cut that down, so probably take this down or something, but so he can grow. But I think it'll be nice to have a little tree. I doubt we'll be here. I hope we won't be here when he starts producing, but we'll leave him here for the next person. So here are all my peppers. I don't know which one is what's hot, what's not, what's hot or not. And then I left these tomato plants. I just kind of restaked them. You can see they're growing crooked, but I just restaked them. I doubt I'll get anything off of them, but you know, maybe once I water them, they'll kind of recuperate. And then this was an herb garden that I started. There's some chives over there, and I had some basil and some lettuce and a few other things, but I don't know, I might tear all this out. And there's a lady at church who is really into herbs and green leafy vegetables, so I might ask her what she's planting. This used to be full of shade by like 2, but now it's not, and so I mean, it probably just now got shade in the last 2 hours, so this doesn't do very well, clearly, in full sun all day. So I might try to pull it down off of that thing and over, so that way, you know, it's not starving, it's not dying of thirst. So I did not get to this garden today, but I need to find out what I've got to do with this guy, this monster. It's an Italian herb they use in cooking. I can't remember what it's called. It's called sweet basil. Maybe it's sweet basil. Anyway, so I'm probably going to cut him back, or maybe just lean him back so he'll start dropping seeds over there, and maybe we'll get some volunteer stuff next year. And I also need to come through and delineate the yard from the flower bed. And maybe if mulch is going on sale, I might buy some mulch. And then oh, hey, you did. It must have fallen. Just set it on the play kitchen.
Are we gonna still use it?
Someday. And then again, my celery and some other things, which I think are cold weather plants. They were a little too crunchy to cook with right now. So yeah, that's what I've got to do. And I kind of want to put some like chard and stuff in here. So we'll see.
This
And this mess right here we need to get done too. This is on my other to-do list. I feel like I have so many things that I want to do now that I'm not super pregnant, but I'll probably get this little section organized. I like keeping my stuff out here as opposed to the shed, just because it's easier to access that way. Hopefully tomorrow we can get out and get some more done. I might run to the store and buy some, I don't know, maybe some kale and chard and all that little stuff to grow. I really want to try to get more into greens and fall gardening. Maybe last year I tried Brussels sprouts and cauliflower, but they just didn't grow very well. So maybe it was because the soil was depleted. That might be why I didn't put anything in the soil, but this year I'll probably do that. And I don't know, maybe water them more. I probably just planted them and hope they would grow. But that's my goal, maybe for tomorrow or one day this week. We got a lot of other things to do this week. I have a 2-year-old who likes taking her diapers off. So I think what we're gonna have to do is potty train her tomorrow, which I'm not looking forward to, but I don't know, what can you do? Sometimes multiple things line up, and you know, like having a baby and potty training another one. They all hit the same phase at the same time, and hopefully it'll work out. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good night. Bye.